What is going on, guys? This is me, Sin. So just a few days ago, I showed you guys a Snake Eyes deck featuring the Evo engine. It's extremely powerful. One card can lead to 6 to 7 interruptions, which is a lot, and a lot of decks cannot deal with that. But if you want to take a different approach and play this deck a little more consistently, reliably, without the bricks, there is another way to play it with Jet Synchron this time, and you can also make some big negates in the form of Borrowed Savage Dragon as well as Baron de Fleur. And that is actually the most popular way to play Snake Eyes at the moment. I don't know about necessarily the best, but it is what everybody is playing right now. So if you really want to be at the top of your game and understand what other people are doing, this video is perfect for you. So you already know it, I will show you guys 3 combos as well as the deck profile. But before we can go any further, I would really appreciate you if you could smash the like and subscribe button. It really means the world to me, and I can't keep making these videos without your support. And you know, it is a sacrifice for me at the end of the day to make a combo and deck profile at the same time. Your support means a lot, like I said, and now let's get right into combo number 1. Alright, so assuming that you have Snake Eye Ash and Diabellstar, you don't even need like a discard. You can end on a bunch of interruptions, obviously. I mean, 4. And obviously that could be even more if you have an extender. But usually this would be like a little bit redundant because you already have your 1-card combo. So Diabellstar doesn't really add anything, but if you know what you're doing, this is actually very, very good. So yeah, you're going to be going normal summon Snake Eye Ash, that's going to be searching your Populist, and then special summon that. And that is going to be getting you your search for the Divine Temple, which will be placing the Flamberge Dragon, and then you can go into a Linkribo, place itself, summon the Diabellstar by sending it from the Spell and Trap Zone to the graveyard. So yeah, you don't have to discard a card, and then you can set the original Sinful Spell Snake Eye directly from the deck. It is really important to go Populist search the Divine Temple, and then the Diabellstar search this card, because this is both a Sinful Spells and a Snake Eye card, so it's searchable by Diabellstar and Populist, which is whereas the Divine Temple is only a Snake Eye card, so it's only searchable by Populist. So even the order in which you're searching really does matter. Anyways, we will now use the original Sinful Spell Snake Eye, get rid of the Linkribo in order to summon the Jet Synchron, and it's a level 1 tuner, so 1 plus 7 equals 8. Borrowed Savage Dragon is going to be getting that Linkribo from the graveyard into the Spell and Trap Zone, and it will be gaining 1 Borrowed counter. And the beauty about how it works is that even if your Link monster is no longer in the Spell and Trap Zone and goes to the graveyard after, it still keeps that Borrowed counter. It only loses half of the attack of the monster equipped, so it's going to go back down to 3000 attack, but it can still negate 1 card or effect. So that's really nice. And then the Oak is going to be sending it, so it's basically a card that you can send for 100% free. And I really like that mechanic. And the Oak is now going to be reviving back the Jet Synchron, and we can use the effect of Oak again to send the Flamberge to summon Flamberge number 2. Flamberge will be reviving back 2 monsters from the grave. And now we have 3 level 1s on the board, so I think you can already see where this is going. We can Synchro again for Formula Synchron, which gets us a draw. And then we link off into IP Masquerena, get back the Formula Synchron from the graveyard with a Flamberge, set 1 if you drew an Ember, because you're good at the game, right? You're always going to be drawing like the best cards you can draw here. So yeah, 2-card combo gets you a draw, 1 Omni Negate very early. If you were to get Nibiru'd, it wouldn't change anything because back before we got to summon the Borrowed Savage, we had the Field Spell and the Flamberge in the Spell and Trap Zone. So we would have been able to go Divine Temple, summon the Flamberge from there. And then we didn't use the effect of Flamberge yet, so we would have been able to make 3 interruptions by going into Masquerena and then summon back 2 monsters, Promethean Princess, revive back the Flamberge, and then get back the Masquerena from the grave into the Spell and Trap Zone, and then link off the Promethean Princess with the other monster summoned by Flamberge into like a Sunlight Wolf for link 4, and that would be the Promethean Princess with IP into SP, which is still very good through a Nibiru, so obviously we're not afraid of that. I already showed this in my Evo combo, so if you're still confused after me saying all of that, just go check that video and it will explain everything clearly. Or if you have any questions, you can also let me know in the comments. I will try my best to answer. But yeah, on the opponent's turn, you can go into a Baron de Fleur by Synchro Summoning using the Formula Synchron. Obviously, everybody knows that this is a quick sync effect on your opponent's main phase or battle phase. No, sorry, only on your opponent's main phase. And then when Flamberge is sent from the field to the graveyard, you revive back your 2 monsters. Oak is also another monster reborn, so you get 2 searches. Masquerena can also link off it to Espilon Knight, and then the Populist can place back the Flamberge. And then if your opponent summons something, the Divine Temple can also summon back the Flamberge again. So you never run out of gas. You always have ways to keep summoning monsters over and over. If you go first, the odds of you losing are quite literally 0%. This deck is absolutely cracked, and again, this was supposed to be like a redundant and kind of bad hand. There's no such thing as a bad hand in Snake Eye, because as soon as you see either Snake Eye Ash or Diabellstar, you know for a fact that you're going to be winning the game. Alright, so combo number 2, what if I'm trying to make negates, but I don't have the Abelstar this time, because I can't go into Burlord Savage Dragon? Well, don't worry, because we can still do quite a lot. So Snake Eye Ash and Divine Temple. My Divine Temple will be getting the Flamberge, and then normal summon the Ash, get my Populace, and then special summon, and then get my search for the original Sinful Spell Snake Eye. So it's the exact same thing as combo number 1. I also have both of the Snake Eye cards. I'm just missing the Abelstar, that's the only difference, but it's completely fine. So yeah, the Populace is going to be sent for the Jet Synchron. Again, I cannot Synchro summon, but it's completely okay. Oak, revive back the Ash, and then Oak effect, send the Flamberge in order to special summon the Flamberge. Flamberge is going to be triggering its effect, summon back 2 monsters. And then Synchro summon for a Formula Synchron, which draws us a card. And then we can go into a Baron de Fleur right away, because we already have the Formula Synchron and the Flamberge. We can set the discard the card that we drew with the Formula Synchron, revive back the Jet Synchron. And then we can link off into Promethean Princess using the Masquerena. And this is where it gets really interesting, and you get rewarded for understanding your own deck and knowing what to do in these kind of weird situations. So Promethean Princess, revive back the Flamberge, and then Flamberge effect get back the Masquerena, and we are going to be destroying our own Promethean Princess so that we get it in the grave. There are a lot of reasons why you want to do that. Well, first of all, Promethean Princess is actually a better card when it is in your graveyard than on the field, because on the field it doesn't do anything. In the graveyard, it actually has an interruption ability. And we also have the ability to summon back the Masquerena now with the Flamberge, because Promethean Princess locks us out of summoning non-fire monsters. So if we want to summon that Masquerena, we have to make it so that the Promethean Princess is no longer there. And we can't really link out the Flamberge and the Promethean Princess for something, because otherwise it would defeat the purpose of having a Flamberge. It would no longer give us access to like a Soul Charge-esque effect on the opponent's turn, which is insane. So I don't really care about making it like an Amblo Whale or like a Sunlight Wolf here, so I might as well just destroy it, and now I can summon the IP, go into an SP, and I still have the Omni Negate off of Baron de Fleur, which is ridiculously crazy. And this combo also plays around Dark Ruler, because with the Divine Temple, if you are getting Dark Rulered, if your opponent summons something, you still summon the Masquerena, and then you still have the ability to link summon, so it's really hard to beat, honestly. And again, you are getting the double searches and and the triple revival and the Promethean Princess on the opponent's turn, so it is 4 interruptions, and again, it is extremely difficult to get rid of. Alrighty, so for combo number 3 now, the last one, let's say I have the Abelstar as well as Divine Temple and a discard. Look at what you can do. So Divine Temple plays the Populace and then send it, and then Chainlink 1, the Abelstar, Chainlink 2, Populace, place itself back, set the original Sinful Spell Snake Eye, and then special summon the Ash. And the Ash is going to be searching right away for the Jet Synchron, which you can normal summon, go into a Linkuriboh, and then transform into an Oak, and then revive back the Jet Synchron. So we had to go into a Linkuriboh first. We can't just Synchro summon for a Borlord Savage right off the bat, because then there is nothing to like put back from the graveyard. So it does play into Nibiru, I will admit that. It is one of the dangerous combos. You gotta do what you gotta do, right? There is no other way to play around, to play this hand out realistically. Not every hand can always do whatever you want, but the majority of the time you will be fine. Anyways, Flamberge is going to be now triggering its effect, summon back 2 monsters. And we have the usual setup of Masquerena, and then Promethean Princess, revive back the Flamberge, etc. I think you're kind of used to seeing that, and yeah, we can go into Sunlight Wolf or Amblo Whale at this point, because it's not like the last combo where we were missing one extender. Flamberge is now going to stay on the field, and we can go Flamberge, summon the Masquerena on the opponent's turn, so that we have multiple ways of getting this Masquerena on, which is very nice. But yeah, that's it for the combos. Let's get into the deck profile. Alrighty, so for the deck list, I am playing a bunch of hand shafts, as you can clearly see. So 3 Imperm, 3 Ash, 3 Drool, 3 Imperm, 3 Valor, 3 Drool, 3 Ash, and then 3 Nibiru. Could be anything else. Could be like, I don't know, Ghost Bell or something if you really want to. Nibiru and Drool at the same time is a little clunky, because you're playing a card that prevents your opponent from playing further, and then Nibiru punishes your opponent for playing too much. So, like, decide yourself. Do you want to play one or the other? Sometimes it's fine because you're not necessarily drawing both and you're drawing one, which, like, drastically increases the likelihood of your opponent just stop playing the game. But sometimes it's just, like, bad redundancy. Whereas these cards, they're not once per turn either. Like, you can keep using them over and over, so drawing multiples is good. Ash is, like, very generic, and it's also Exodia against Despia, which is most likely going to be a very good deck next format. I will be making a video on that deck very soon. Don't worry, stay tuned. But yeah, no, you don't really have to play like both of these cards. You can go with only one or the other. Or you could straight up replace them with like triple tactic talents and stuff like that. But I am also playing Call by the Grave as another utility card. And the rest is basically just engine cards. Alright, so I'm playing a huge, massive amount of starters. So Diabellstar and Wanted, Snake Eye Ash and Bonfire. And then Populous as well as Jet Synchron and Snake Eye Dramatic Chase. 2 original Sinful Spell Snake Eye. You could also go with 3. That is also a 100% respectable ratio. I think 1 is not enough because this card is like actually good to draw. It doesn't suck, it gets your stuff going. It's 4 interruptions on its own if you can place any card on the field. Because you're going to be going to the IPSP Promethean Princess combo and you're going to be able to get your Silvera access with the Dramatic Chase and Diabellstar off of the Populous. So yeah, another combo that I could showcase if you guys are interested, but it's so simple. And I feel like I've already made a video on that in the past, but again, if you guys are showing interest, let me know in the comment section. Anyways, 1 Divine Temple, you don't need any more. Some people are playing 2, that is 100% overkill. Unless you're playing like Magician Souls and stuff like that, then maybe. 1 Silvera, again, and then 2 Populous, 1 Jet Synchron, 1 Dramatic Chase, double Oak, and double Flamberge. You can actually cut down the Oak to 1. That is fine. The double Flamberge, unfortunately, I think you have to play because of your Divine Temple. Otherwise, then you can afford to only play 1 of this card. So it really is up to you. But yeah, that's it for the deck, so 40 card deck list. For the extra deck, the 3 synchros that you need, so Formula Synchron, Borreload Savage, as well as Baron de Fleur. And everything else is just a bunch of Link monsters because this deck is very toolboxy. So World Sea Dragons Atlantis and Raging Phoenix for the OTK. Double Promethean Princess because you want to play around Soul Release, you still want to have some gas in case your cards get banished. And then Dark and Hita. Dark can revive back your opponent's Diabellstar so that you can get your stuff going, and Hita can revive back everything. Hita is insane. It's like one of the best Link monsters of the upcoming format for sure. Sunlight Wolf, this card is also really cracked. SP Knight, the best card in Yu-Gi-Oh! Arguably at the moment. Masquerena, this card is also insane. And then Linkuriboh and Relinquished Anima because you are playing so many level 1 monsters. And Linkuriboh is actually relevant at dodging interruptions like Valor, Imperm, and you obviously need Link monsters for your Jet Synchron so that you can link it off and then get the Link ones in the grave, and then Borreload Savage Dragon can equip. And then you can start negating stuff. Alright, so for the side deck, I am playing 3 Ghost Bell. Could also be in your main deck so that you side Nibiru instead. 3 Soul Release could also be literally anything else. It doesn't really have to be that because I think with 15 hand traps, you're kind of fine against Farking anyways. You're basically main decking to be the deck, so you don't even need Soul Release. But yeah, this is just here as like a suggestion for you guys. Double Lightning Storm and Duster, there might be some applications for these cards, especially against Rescue Ace, so that's the reason why they're here. You could also remove them and play evenly matched instead. It's up to you. But if you want to cover a lot of ground, then sure, go for that. Anyways, Cosmic Cyclone, this is one of the best side deck cards of the upcoming format by a landslide. It's good going first, second. It depends on the matchup, but like you could almost like make a point to main deck this card. It's really that good. And finally, Anti-Spell could also be Summon Limit, Solemn Strike, Solemn Judgment. The world is your oyster. But that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I will see you guys very, very soon. Peace.